Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. I'm trying out no glasses in today's video because every time I film a video, especially right in front of the window, there's a glare and I'm so annoyed with the glare. So anyway, in today's video, I'm going to be doing another pregnancy update. This time I'm going to be doing weeks 23 through 26. These are kind of more of the boring weeks, but I feel like in my first pregnancy, every week mattered, and it didn't matter if it was week 17 or 22. I wanted to see what other people were struggling with and dealing with to see if maybe my struggles were similar to others. So I'm now 27 weeks pregnant as of yesterday, so I feel confident filming this update now. So things are starting to really progress fast now. I feel like time is flying by with this pregnancy. I felt like Benji's pregnancy went so slow, and this one is just flying by. I can't believe I'm already 27 weeks pregnant yesterday. That's just crazy to me. Anyway, let's just get started. I'm going to be starting with week 23. I have my list right here that I'm gonna be looking down at. For week 23, we started to really feel kicking from the outside and seeing kicking. I've been seeing kicking, I've been like feeling a lot of kicking, but like to visually see the kicking is very different. So that's one thing that we've really had in the 23rd week. I also started dealing with sciatica pain. I might have mentioned this in the last video. I get really bad sciatica pain, which is basically like your nerves in your upper hip get like cut off and your leg like goes numb. It's really uncomfortable. I got it with Benji. I'm getting it again. I get it in my right side really bad, so that's something I've been struggling with, and I've had to use a pillow at night to wrap my leg around just to get comfortable because it's just so uncomfortable, especially at night. I was feeling really fatigued and just dealing with some headaches here and there again, but that's kind of the extent of like my symptoms. Now, something scary happened in this week. I kind of mentioned it in a vlog, but I didn't really go into detail about it, but I'm going to in this video. So if you're family, I'm sorry. I'm going to get very detailed and a little bit of TMI, so beware. I will be talking intercourse. So if you don't want to hear about that, or if you have little ears around, go ahead and switch this off or mute it or whatever. But in week 23, we haven't really been very sexually active in this pregnancy just because I am so uncomfortable, and I mean, we really weren't with Benji either, but this one especially. And I think it's probably just with the like being tired from having a child already. But we did in week 23 indulge in some intercourse, and that resulted in some really light pink bleeding, which I've never had in pregnancy before, so that was kind of scary. But I cried and Jace freaked out, and we called the on-call nurse because this was at night, and she said if it's not clots or dark red or brown, it's probably fine. It was very light pink blood. Basically, your cervix is just so like thin and like sensitive that intercourse can just trigger your body to shed some blood. So normal, so common. I didn't know that though because that just never happened with Benji. So that is something to be aware of if you're pregnant. Just kind of knowing your body and knowing what to look for. I'm really glad that I did call because I was really scared, but my nurses are great, and they were just like, you're fine. If it persists or if it keeps going, call us again. We'll have an appointment set up. But it never went any further. I just bled a little bit that night, and then it was fine. So that's really all I had for week 23. Moving on to week 24. I had horrible migraines this week, like unbelievably bad. I have it written down in here that I was in bed almost all of Tuesday, which I do remember. Chase actually took the day off of work that day because I get really bad migraines anyway, and they run in the family, but when I get migraines, I have like light sensitivity, sound sensitivity, smell sensitivity really bad, and I have to like take a hot shower, take some medicine, be in a really dark room, and just sleep and that's my day pretty much. I get so sick. My mom does, my brother does. It's just something we deal with in our family. And I've been dealing with migraines so bad this pregnancy, but that week in particular was really bad. I know I was dealing with headaches all week long, but Tuesday in particular, I had a horrible migraine. Okay, my camera keeps randomly shutting off. It's really getting irritating, but like I was saying, I'm so thankful to have Chase, who is so willing to help out with Benji during the day and who has a flexible job where he has the time to take off if he needs to. We're really grateful. We're really lucky to be in the position that we are. But anyway, week 24 is when Chase finally saw a kick. He saw it, not just me, he did. That was so exciting. He gets so excited. And actually, I think I wrote that wrong. I think this is when he felt the kick. So he's so cute about feeling the kicks, and he's so good about talking to the boys when they're in my belly. With Benji, he was just like always right on my belly talking, and it's so sweet, so cute. He gets so excited. He's just such a good dad. But he finally saw the kick and he felt the kick, and from then, I mean, like, the kicks are just insane right now. But so also week 24 was when I started having really bad night sweats, and I feel like any pregnant woman can relate, maybe. And it doesn't help that I'm plus size already, but I sweat so much. I kick all the covers off and it's just basically my body pillow between my legs, and that's it. Which is really weird because I hate sleeping without covers. It just feels wrong. But when I'm pregnant, when I get to a certain part of my pregnancy, all the covers come off and I sweat so bad. So I definitely, I start like taking showers at night just to feel less gross when I am sleeping, just because I get so warm. And Benji's room gets so cold at night, so we have to really bump up the heat, and that just like sends me off the edge. I get so hot, I get so grumpy. I feel so sorry for Chase for having to put up with me at night, but he does it. He does really good. I did have a little bit more bleeding, like the tiniest amount. One night when Chase was working, I am big now, so I kind of do this thing where Benji needs me to play on the floor. He's at that age where he wants to crawl on me. He wants me right where he is. It's fine. I don't mind it. But when I sit down, I kind of like sit down on the couch and then like kind of scoot to the floor. And this particular night, I like plopped a little harder than I usually do and a little harder than I meant to. And I think that's what triggered a little bit of bleeding. It was the same like light pink colored blood, and it didn't go on from there. So I just didn't worry about it again. But I'm chalking it up to me plopping on the floor. I know that's weird. Okay, moving on to week 25. This is the week that I had my wonderful glucose test. I don't think that the glucose test is that bad. Everyone complains about the drink. I do not think it's that bad, but I have Crohn's. And in the process of finding out that I have Crohn's, I had to drink so many gross drinks for the tests that they had to do on my intestines. Like, I've drank everything. Barium, like those tests for the colonoscopies, what you have to drink before that to like clear your system. I've had to drink the nastiest things. So I just don't think this little drink that you drink within 1 minute is that bad. Honestly, it tastes to me like the bottom melted part of a popsicle. If you have ever had like a popsicle that comes in one of those plastic things, that's what it tastes like to me. And it's not like pleasant. Like, I wouldn't choose to drink that, but it's just not as bad as they say. So if you're coming upon your first glucose test, it's not that bad. Do not let people convince you that it is, because it's not. It really isn't. And then basically all you have to do is go and get your blood drawn at your office. So easy. I passed mine, thankfully. I passed mine with Benji as well. Basically, I think they're just checking for gestational diabetes in that one. I believe, I should probably know that better, but I passed. My doctor's office is really great because they have a portal and they have a place called My Chart where you can see all of your tests and results and everything and your appointments, and I could just get on later and see that I passed, so that was really nice as well. I started feeling even bigger kicks like usual. I mean, they're just going to keep getting bigger and then eventually they'll kind of plateau. I have a lot of tailbone pain, which kind of relates to my sciatica, but mostly I think it's just from sitting on the floor with Benji and playing a lot. I have an exercise ball. I just got it from Walmart. It was like $10, but I use that to sit on and bounce on, and it helps a lot, and they're actually really good for you to prepare for labor, so I would highly recommend getting that. In week 25, I saw a huge burst and up in my breast milk. Like, I started getting a surplus of breast milk. I still breastfeed Benji. I plan to tandem feed my babies, so long as it goes well, but Benjamin is still breastfeeding, and I just don't think we're ready to stop, so I have been breastfeeding him throughout this whole pregnancy so far, and it's stayed relatively regular, and I haven't had any dips, I haven't had any like surges in it. But week 25, I had a surge in my milk. I have so much milk right now, and I've got really, I wouldn't say mastitis, but it was a clogged duct for sure. And I had to have Chase like rub it out, and I actually have a bruise from where he had to rub because it was so painful. But yeah, I have definitely seen like a jump in my supply because he just can't even keep up with how much I have, to be honest. Okay, on to our last week, week 26. Honestly, this week was very uneventful. Something I noticed in this week is I've had such a big craving for ice cream. I have like cravings here and there, obviously just because I'm pregnant and I'm breastfeeding and I'm just doing a lot with my body right now, so I'll have like a craving for like fast food sometimes, but I don't have like a specific craving always. But I have a craving for ice cream bars right now, just like vanilla ice cream with chocolate coating. That is like my biggest craving. I literally cannot not have them in our house. I will get so upset if I run out of them. So we like buy them in bulk because I just like always have one in my hand. So that's been interesting because I don't think I really had any cravings like that with Benji. I think my biggest craving with Benji was peaches. So that was weird. But this time, definitely ice cream. Whatever, it gets me through. I've definitely seen myself having to get up in the middle of the night and pee more and during the day, so I'm definitely having to use the restroom way more frequently now. As to be expected, Chase has to get up and help me get up out of bed in the middle of the night because I'm so groggy, but I have to get up like 1 to 2 times. By the end of my pregnancy, I'll probably be getting up 4 to 5 times because that's what happened with Benji. But I pee so much already. I just, it's so inconvenient. Like, that's probably one of the most annoying things about pregnancy is like how often I have to go pee. The last thing I'm going to talk about is how hard it is getting to breastfeed Benjamin. I have had to get so creative with how I breastfeed. Typically, I just put a pillow on my lap and let him feed like this. That's how we've always done it. But he's getting wigglier, he is becoming a toddler, he is not wanting to just lay there anymore, and my belly is in the way of where he needs to lay, so it's getting harder. I've been doing a lot of laying down on my side to feed, and honestly, I'm just letting him run up to me and get some wherever and whenever he wants, and I'll just like hold my boob for him to drink out of. I really honestly would rather do that in the middle of my living room than to have to like figure out a way to like hold him on my boob because it's getting difficult. But that is the last thing for week 26. I'm finally to the point where I have scheduled all the rest of my appointments with my OB, and I'm sure it's going to continue to go fast. So look out in the next couple weeks for another pregnancy update. Maybe I'll start doing like, I'll probably keep doing every 4 weeks, so then maybe I'll start doing every 2 weeks once things start to get a little bit more like crazy. I don't know. Anyway, I hope this video helped you out. I'm assuming since you're watching, you're pregnant as well. So if you are pregnant, expecting a baby, congratulations. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about my pregnancy. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. I hope to see you all in the next one. But I love you. Bye. How come the stars come to shine when it's dark?